Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new episode of my weekly gaming playlist series. It's Friday, so it's time for me to talk about the games I've been playing this week. I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys. Of course, I want to hear yours guys' thoughts on the games I shared with you today. If there's something you like about them, let me know. Maybe there's something you didn't like about them, I'd love to hear. Let me know about the games you guys are playing, as that gives me ideas on new games to play and experience. And I do really appreciate you guys sharing the games with me each week about the different games you're playing, as you guys have got me interested in a lot of different games. And if you guys have a recommendation on a title you think I might enjoy, let me know, as I'm always looking for great recommendations of new games to play and experience. This is my 200th episode of doing my weekly gaming playlist series, so it's been a really incredible journey. You know, my biggest goal the last several years has been to play more games in my collection. You know, we buy these games and collect them, but at the end of the day, they are meant to be played. And so I've been focusing more on playing games than just going out game hunting all the time and buying games and adding them to the collection. You know, I've wanted to play the games I'm buying. And I've had a lot of fun with this series, and I really do appreciate all of your guys' participation. It's crazy to think that I'm already at the 200th episode. Now, I would be at a lot higher episode if I didn't miss some weeks. You know, we had back in COVID, I took a break from YouTube there for a couple months, and then there's been some weeks that I've missed just because of life and work and things have gotten in the way. But through all of that, you know, I've made it through 200 episodes now. That's a lot of games that I have played and shared with you guys, and I have just had an absolute blast with it. And I really just want to thank you guys all so much for supporting this series, and I'm really having fun with it, and it's just been one of the highlights for my channel. So I always look forward to filming these for you guys, and I encourage you to play more games in your collection yourselves. You know, don't just get so caught up in buying and collecting all the time. You know, actually take the time to sit down and enjoy a game here and there, as, you know, you're really missing out with gaming if you're not actually playing and enjoying them. So that's just one thing I want to say. You know, make sure you play your games. You're buying them, play them, have fun with them. They do look pretty on the shelf, but they're even more fun to actually take the time to play. You know, see these wonderful worlds that people have created for us to go through, these great stories, amazing music, graphics, just wonderful experience you can have with video games. You just got to make sure you actually take the time to play them. Now, this week I got one game to share with you guys, and it's for the Xbox Series X. It is an exclusive title to 9th gen consoles and PC, and it's one that I have wanted ever since I heard they were making this game. And it did get delayed a couple different times. I think it was like 2 or 3 different delays, but it finally got released here on November 2nd. And that is RoboCop Rogue City. Such a fantastic game created by Teon, the people who created that wonderful Terminator Resistance game, which was originally only on Xbox One, PS4, and PS5 and PC. But they did this year recently release a Xbox Series X Complete Edition, which has all the DLC, which I'm looking forward to playing that here soon. But first, I gotta play their new RoboCop game. Fantastic game. So I'll read you guys from the back. So it says, part man, part machine, all cop. Your mission, eradicate crime from the streets of Detroit. Your strengths, robotic upgrades, and the strong arm of the law. Your weapons, anything necessary. A new original story set in the world of RoboCop. So what's really cool is that the story of this game takes place directly after RoboCop 2 and is a sequel to RoboCop 2 and a prequel to RoboCop 3. So the events that happen between those two movies is explained in this game, which is really awesome. So you get to play as RoboCop, Alex Murphy. And one of the things that's a real highlight is they actually got Peter Weller to reprise his role for voicing RoboCop. So that's really awesome. You get to hear his voice and everything, and he just fits the character so well, so much better than they did the guy from RoboCop 3. I can't remember what his name is, but, you know, it's just RoboCop's not RoboCop without Peter Weller. And so it was amazing that the studio got him to come back and reprise his role as RoboCop. He does go to a lot of fan conventions and stuff, and will sign autographs and stuff and take pictures with people, and he is still proud of the RoboCop character that he did play as. So it's really awesome they got him. Now, you do have the other characters, like Sergeant Reed is in the game, and Lewis, his partner. However, those are voiced by different people. They don't have the original actors, unfortunately. It would have been really awesome if they could have got like all the old actors to come back and voice their characters, but I'm sure that it would have just been too costly, because this was made by AA studio over in Europe named Teon, and they created that fantastic Terminator Resistance game that I absolutely love. Now, when that Terminator game first got released, critics just shit on it, and people kind of jumped on the hate wagon. Oh, this is garbage, this is crap. But when actual gamers and real people played the game, people were like, oh, this is awesome. I don't know what the hell these people are playing, but this game is amazing. And it's because these people that made this game are fans of the series that they make. They were big fans of Terminator, and so the games fit in so well with the lore. They didn't try to change stuff and put their flair into or anything. They kept to the source material and made it authentic, and that's why it connected so well to the movies. Well, they did a similar thing here with RoboCop. They don't change the way RoboCop behaves. They aren't gonna make him all of a sudden run around like a Superman and jumping around and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They keep it within the world of RoboCop and within the lore, and keep it based in that world so that he fits well into. And it's just really interesting being able to play as RoboCop. And there were some issues when they showed gameplay footage of it much earlier in the year, and people were complaining that it looked like RoboCop's just going to be a walking tank and not going to have any issues with enemies or anything. And I'm happy to say that they rectified that issue by having RoboCop get damaged by weapons and stuff, and so you have to heal yourself. So they did a fantastic job with listening to fans about issues they experienced to improve the game, and that is also one reason why they had released a demo about a month ago for people to check out, is because they wanted people to do some testing on it and see what the feedback was, and so they could work on tweaking stuff. Now, you're still going to find a couple of glitches here and there. They are working on patches for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC, and they are asking people to just report any issues you might have with the game so that they can go and correct it. That's something that's really amazing about a developer, taking the time to craft a wonderful world, but also listening to their fans and fixing issues that they see in the game to make it better experience for us. So let's take a look at RoboCop Rogue City for the Xbox Series X. Hey guys, today we're taking a look at RoboCop Rogue City. Now, this is an amazing game. If you are a fan of the RoboCop movies, I highly recommend getting this game. Now, it is exclusive to the 9th gen only, as it was only released for PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and the PC. But let me tell you that it is a fantastic game, so if you are a fan of the movies, you will absolutely love this game. Now, I have been excited for this game ever since it was announced last year, and from the developers Teon, who made the wonderful Terminator Resistance game. I knew that they were going to do a great job with this game because they are true fans of the franchises that they work on. Terminator Resistance was amazing, so I knew RoboCop would be just as awesome. They are fans of the RoboCop movies, and so they stay faithful to the source material, which is awesome. And I've wanted this game ever since they announced it, and this year, it got delayed a few times because I remember it was originally going to be released in like June, and they talked like a July or August release, and then they said maybe September, and then finally it was pushed back to November 2nd, and I was so glad that they didn't delay it anymore, and we finally got a chance to play the game. And I've had this now since launch day, November 2nd, and I've been having an absolute blast with it, playing a little bit of it every day, so let's check it out. Has fantastic music too as well. So I'm gonna load here before we had a combat situation. You can see it has great loading times. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted. I want this one. But you can see like the loading times on this are absolutely amazing, real quick. There we go. There's Ed 209 too, which is awesome to see him in the game, which I know that there's more than one. But they did a really good job with the models.
Hey,
you know,
Robo.
They made them look exactly like they are from the movies. So that's all amazing. You know, all the details, the little missiles, the way he walks, the sounds he makes, which is amazing. Also love that the cars are the exact model, the Ford Tauruses that they used in the movie for the police cars. Like, just all the subtle little details. The character models look good, and all the way down to the police uniforms that they wore in the movies and the weapons they use, because there are a variety of weapons. Which I'm going to switch out my cool sniper rifle weapon for that, because we're going to be getting into a battle situation. Do have recovery charges, so RoboCop does have to repair himself. And it reminds me of the repair kits that you used as a Terminator in the Infiltrator mode from Terminator Resistance. Has great voice acting too as well here. I'll show you guys a little dialogue.
Good, you're here. We're standing our ground. The bikers have retreated to the yard behind that big gate. Now, let's decide on the strike team.
I go on my own. No need to risk lives.
OCP has supplied us with an Ed 209. Maybe you could make use of it, even if it is just for cover.
Robocop, can I have a moment of your time?
Can't you leave him alone, lady? You caused him enough trouble already.
Hey, I just want the people to know what's going on in their city.
Can't say she isn't good at what she does. She got here before us. Anyway, it's up to you. If you need a bit of time to speak with her or wrap up anything else around here, it's not a problem. Those bikers aren't going anywhere. But if you're ready to go, Ed 209 is here for your support. Just say the word.
And so you get choices in this game too, through dialogue options when you interact with people, and it'll affect how people view you. You can do side missions along with the main mission if you want to. You can skip all the side stuff, but I like doing that, so I'm going to tell them I need more time, and then I can talk to her.
I need more time.
No worries. We got him boxed in.
And there's also a lot of cool Easter eggs to discover in the various levels that you play through, because this is a very linear experience, so it's not like an open world, RoboCop world or anything, but definitely an amazing experience so far. Graphics are looking great. You have a map that you can look through, which, just like in the Terminator Resistance games, will highlight areas you can go into, things you can climb up to, which is great. You have your objectives, and then you have your completed, where you can see all the different missions that I have completed. Your Auto 9, you can upgrade his infamous Auto 9 handgun. You also have skills too: combat, armor, vitality, engineering, focus, scanning, deduction, psychology. And you earn XP as you play through the game by doing different missions and completing objectives. And then you can unlock skill points, which you can then upgrade RoboCop the way you want him to be. Do you want to be better with combat, or maybe you want to do like better with his psychology of dealing with people? Because you also get to analyze crimes and solve crimes and stuff, which is really cool. Then you just have your archives that keep track of stuff, notes you find, and also tutorials that you can look up to any time on how to play the game, which is amazing. So when we go away here, it actually bring the weapons out. Just have to get away from this little area, because there are areas where you don't have your weapons out, and it's just a part where you're interacting, talking with people when you're on patrol. But once you get further away, you actually have access to where you can get your weapons out, which is cool. Now, a lot of people did complain when they saw the gameplay earlier in the year that, like, oh, it seems like RoboCop can't get damaged at all, and then he's like a bullet sponge, and he has no reason to get into cover, and I don't see how that's going to be fun. And so Taeon decided to tweak that, and now RoboCop does take damage from normal weapons, as you have your health bar. I'm at 96%, and you can actually die. I've died once. And the harder the difficulty you play on, obviously the more difficult the game is going to be, where you take more damage, the enemies have greater health, and it also depends on the kind of weapons they're using, because you have to watch out. They've got miniguns, they've got grenade launchers, they've got sniper rifles, assault rifles, pistols, AKs, and so different different weapons can do different damage to you as well, so you have to watch out. RoboCop can pick up stuff too as well, and throw objects and use it against enemies, which is cool. In the first level, I actually threw a computer monitor at a dude and knocked him out the 30th floor window, which was really awesome. Has pretty good sound for weapons. RoboCop's Auto 9 here is pretty awesome. And if you hold the left trigger button in, you'll highlight objects. And when you're in combat, it'll actually pinpoint where enemies are at on the map for you and highlight them for you, which is really cool. The Auto 9 sounds good. It doesn't sound exactly like it did in the movie, but they still did a pretty good job with it. It does have unlimited ammo, but you can pick up the weapons that enemies drop in the world. But those are limited on the ammo, though. You can only hold so much ammo, and you can only have 2 weapons at a time. And so you can see this one has 28 in the magazine, and I got 60 rounds left for it. So when you run out of ammo, you'll have to either find another one or switch to a different weapon. There are big explosions in the game as well, which is cool. So we'll resume here as soon as I can get into a combat situation for you guys. I did a real quick one to show you guys the scanning he can do.
Car sighted. It could belong to Officer Briggs.
I can't report it based on your assumption. I'm already in enough trouble.
So let's see, it's cool. You can do investigation work.
There is blood on the seat.
I mean, it's possible it belongs to someone else.
OCP tracking device torn out.
That's why no one knew where to look.
Bullet holes in the bodywork.
Every cop car in the precinct has bullet holes.
So you do get to scan crime scenes and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show that. And now we'll...
I am going to follow the blood trail leading from the car.
I know you really want to find Briggs, but the trail might as well belong to any of those bikers. I'm urging you to discontinue this search.
Negative.
So you can look and highlight where the blood is, which is cool. So I'll resume here again once we get to some combat. Alright, here we are into some combat now. You see he scans his enemies just like in the movies. That was something people complained about in some of the gameplays, is that he didn't have that scan mode, but they definitely have it here. Oh, I love when they can do slow-mo and stuff. I'll see if I can, I'll throw one of these bikes at somebody and show you guys an explosion, which is awesome.
Like him.
Come here, dudes. Yes. Really bloody and violent too. Over the top gore. I mean, look at what's left of him, which is just awesome. So you can see I've taken damage, so I have 72%, so I can use one of my repair kits here and heal myself. I also have a night vision mode, and you can melee dudes. I punched a dude off one of his bikes before. Oh, bastards are quick on the bikes. Get close to this path. There you go, knocked the fucker right off.
I don't know what you're looking for here, Pig, but the only thing you're gonna find is a long and painful death.
What's awesome too is they have all the same voice actors that worked on Terminator Resistance are in this game, so that's really cool. And I love the violence you can do. Look, his hand blew off. It's just awesome how violent and bloody it is, but I highly recommend you guys check out RoboCop Rogue City. Just wanted to give you guys a little taste of the game. It is absolutely amazing. Like I said, I did mention it is exclusive to 9th gen consoles and PC, but it is definitely worth picking up. It's really amazing. I'm pretty sure that down the road they will probably release some DLC for it, like they did Terminator Resistance. And I can't wait to beat it. I have heard that there are like 3 different endings to get in the game, and I definitely know this is one I'm going to play and beat more than once. But definitely you guys should check out RoboCop Rogue City. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that little look. I filmed that, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday I filmed that clip. I've gotten a lot further since I filmed that clip. I'm actually I think a little more than halfway through the game so far, and I really have been enjoying it. I love the RPG elements where you can upgrade RoboCop to the way you want to be. Like, you want to make all of his combat upgrades so he's more efficient in combat, or do you want to upgrade more of his character parts of like his psychology and his detective skills? Because it's really amazing that RoboCop's not just a killing machine, he is a police officer, and so he does do investigations. So it's really cool where you can investigate scenes and stuff, piece together clues, help solve crimes, and you can do little side stuff too, like rescuing a cat and helping somebody with this, and do different little tasks here and there that are not required, like, oh, have somebody sign a birthday card and do that kind of thing. It's kind of cool to have these little random mundane tasks of RoboCop doing as a police officer. So I really enjoy that little aspects. There's all kinds of Easter eggs in the game as well. If you're a fan of the movies, you'll find all kinds of different references to random different things. Like there was a painting of the dinosaur from that random little car commercial that was in there. They showed a dinosaur attacking a car and it ended up being a silly car commercial. Like, you'll find random little references to the movies and a lot of fan service in this because they loved the RoboCop movies, and you can see that in this well-crafted world that they created. It's really amazing. I'm hoping that they do plan to add some DLC to this. Now, one of the things I've heard that people were complaining about is that this game does not have a New Game Plus mode. So I'm hoping that they'll listen to the fans and add that in a future patch for a New Game Plus mode, because other companies have done that with previous games that I have played where it didn't have a New Game Plus mode, and then they went through after enough demand and added that mode in there for you, which is really cool. So I highly recommend you check out and play RoboCop Rogue City if you ever get a chance to. Now, it is 9th gen only, so you will need a Series X or a PlayStation 5 or the PC. But if you have one of those, I recommend getting a copy and checking it out. Now, you can easily get this digitally. However, physically might be a challenge as it had a really small print run. I got it from my GameStop because I pre-ordered it a long time ago, and they literally got 1 copy in for the Xbox Series X, and they had 5 copies in for PS5, and that was only for pre-orders. They did not get any store copies. And I've gone online and checked, and there's still no stores within 100 miles of me that even have a copy of this. So if this is one of those games you're looking to get, you might want to jump onto Amazon, eBay, or order it from GameStop's website or something, and order yourself a copy before it becomes really hard to get, because that Terminator Resistance for the Xbox One was nearly impossible to get for a long time, and copies were going for $150, $200 for a while. It's stabled and it's down to like, $40, $50 normal dollar prices, but for a while it was extremely hard to get. So I do recommend picking it up now if it's something you're looking to get physically. Digitally, you'll easily be able to get it. You can just go on the marketplace and download it. But if you want to get it physically, I would recommend getting it sooner rather than later, because it might not be available later on next year, the years after, it might be one of those titles that's hard to get because the print run was so small. But let me know your guys' thoughts. If you guys played RoboCop Rogue City yet? If you did play, let me know your thoughts. How did you like it? Was there something maybe you didn't enjoy it? Maybe there's something you think they could improve upon. I'd also love to hear about the games you guys are currently playing, as it gives me ideas of new games to play and experience. And if you guys have a recommendation, let me know. I'm always looking for new games to play and experience. Again, one more time, thank you guys so much for supporting my weekly gaming playlist series. 200 episodes, it's amazing, and I'm really looking forward to another 200 episodes of sharing the games I play every week. Remember, guys, as much as we love playing and collecting these games, we should take the time to actually play and enjoy them. I want to thank you for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.